I have met a ridiculous number of successfully miserable people. I don't mean they're really good at being miserable. I mean they're successful by pretty much anyone's standards, and they're still miserable. I meet these people at the peak of their success, and they pull me aside and share a secret they've never told anyone else, not even their family and friends. They have looked at all of their achievements and their belongings and wonder if this is all there will ever be. And they're afraid to move forward because they're terrified there's nothing but more miserable success waiting for them. I understand them so well because for so long I was one of them. About 10 or so years ago, I hit what I call functional rock bottom. Functional rock bottom is when you can go about your normal day and to other people it looks like everything is just fine, but you know you're barely holding it together. From the outside, my life looked perfect. I was married to my high school sweetheart. And let me tell you something about Reggie Centers. He still looks good. I have 2 words for you: dad, bod. I loved him, he loved me. We had 3 beautiful children. We had a big house in the burbs. I had lots of great shoes. Lots and lots and lots of great shoes. He was successful, I was successful. My career was going great. The kind of great that when my husband got a promotion, I quit my job, showed up in Atlanta, a major top 10 TV market, said, "Who wants me?" And just like that, I had 2 job offers, 1 local, 1 network. I don't say that for you to say, well, isn't she fancy? No, I say that so that you understand I should have been feeling on top of the world, but I was miserable. I got up every morning, left my great house, and went to my great job where I might interview the president or a famous musician. I'd wear my pretty clothes, put on my pretty makeup, smile, and win lots of awards. I would then go home, lock myself in the bathroom, sit on the floor, and cry as quietly as I could because I didn't want the man who had loved me since I was 16 years old to know what a mess I was. I would cry until I ran out of tears as I listened to that loop in my head that told me everything I was doing that wasn't good enough. I had everything I had ever been told I was supposed to want, and I could not figure out what was wrong. I finally reached a point to where no antidepressant, no margarita, no killer stilettos, no award or promotion or pretty house could fix what was missing in my world. I had everything and felt like nothing. I knew something had to change because I couldn't, and to be completely honest with you, didn't even want to go on if it meant living like that. So I took every personal development, meditation, and prayer class and read every book I could access. It was kind of like Eat, Pray, Love, except I didn't take any time off from work or do much traveling. I was looking for anything that would give me some kind of peace, because if there is any benefit to being at functional rock bottom, it's that it can make you extremely motivated. What I came to realize after years of searching and seeking and studying was that I didn't know who I was. Oh, I knew who I thought other people wanted me to be as a wife, mother, sister, daughter, friend, and television personality, and I was dedicated for decades to being exactly that. If I thought they wanted perky, I was the perkiest. If I thought they wanted nice, I'd be the nicest. Whatever I thought they wanted, I'd give them that. I was a human pretzel. I'd bend and twist into whatever shape was most pleasing to others. So I couldn't even answer 3 basic essential questions. Who are you? Who do you want to be? What do you want to do? I realized that I wasn't happy because I had been making all of the decisions about what to do with my life using other people's values, the goals they thought were important. That meant I was investing my time and energy into achieving goals they valued, so when I reached those goals, I felt, at best, fleeting satisfaction. And then the misery would return. During that time of intense self-reflection, something interesting happened. Once I started being more honest with myself, I started being more honest with others, and I learned I wasn't alone. When I shared my story during public talks, members of the audience would privately tell me they were going through something similar. Even though their lives looked great from the outside, they shared that nagging sense of, is this really all life has to offer? And they were scared to let anyone know they weren't happy because who was going to believe how strange it was that the more they had achieved, the more dissatisfied they became? After meeting so many of these successfully miserable people and realizing they couldn't answer those 3 basic questions either, I started looking for the reason because I was thinking, this is ridiculous. It was like we were all stuck in some kind of trap. And here it is. The trap of being successful is that the reason you are successful is you have figured out how to give people what they want. Right? You get promotions because you meet those targets you're given at work. You got A's in school because you gave teachers the answers they wanted. When you were a child, you avoided trouble and you were told you were a good kid because you did what? What your parents wanted. You noticed that your parents liked bragging to their friends that you had won an award or that it put your name in the paper or on TV. So what did you do? You did whatever it took to win more awards because you thought that's what your parents wanted. Then we take all of those same habits into our adult relationships where they don't serve us. Living like that will make you crazy because those targets move. Every time you deal with a different person, every time you deal with the same person on a different day, the targets move. We're trained to live our lives externally referencing, looking outside ourselves for direction. What will make you more consistently successful and happy is shifting to internally referencing, getting direction from the one person perfectly positioned to be the expert on what's best for your life, you. Our minds develop blind spots that can keep us from recognizing our truth because our minds run programs based on habit. Often, when we ask what is best for us, the answers we come up with are what we think we should feel based on what our family, friends, or peers have told us for years we should want. But there's a part of you that knows your core truth, that always has the answers. Have you ever experienced a situation where your gut just knew something or someone wasn't good for you? That's your instinct, your truth. Instinct, intuition, your gut, call it what you want. Your life will be better when you become more in touch with it. Einstein referred to intuition as a sacred gift. It's a gift we haven't been taught to appreciate. I'm going to show you how to consciously tap into it on a regular basis. It's always speaking to us. We just haven't been understanding it because we didn't speak the language. Let's play the happy hour or rush hour game. Now, when I talk about happy hour in this context, I am not talking about $3 drink specials or half-price drafts. I am talking about your happy place, that space that makes you feel great. So let's go there together. I want you to imagine being in your ideal place, the place that just feels good. It helps if you close your eyes when you first start doing this and you play along. Your ideal place, the temperature is perfect, the environment makes you relax, it just feels good. Are you there? Once you're in your ideal place, how do you feel? Did you just inhale? Did your shoulders drop into a relaxed position? My shoulders drop and I feel something like a light, cool breeze flowing across my skin, and my chest kind of opens up and I naturally take a deep breath. That's a big fat yes you're feeling. Now I want you to imagine you're on a 6-lane highway, 6:45 on a Monday morning. You are late for a meeting. Traffic is backed up for miles. How do you feel now? Shoulders creep up, chest kind of tighten, breathing becomes shallow. My shoulders tend to creep up, and it feels like there's a metal band around my chest, or like there's a baby elephant sitting on my lungs, and I cannot draw a comfortable breath. That's a big fat no. Or at least a not now, or slow your roll, let's take a closer look at this. Cultivating this skill can keep you from waking up years from now upset that you spent so much of your time chasing dreams that weren't even yours. We've let other people tell us who we are and who we should be for too long. They don't know. They have their hands full figuring out their own mess. Let that end today. I want you to have the life you really want, the one that brings you joy, the one that brings you sustainable success. You deserve it. You can have it. Choose it. If your life's not working for you, make some adjustments. It's like the conversations I used to have with my husband about my shoes. Remember I told you I used to live for my shoes? I had hundreds of them. They were killer. Now, with some of them, it felt like that was a literal statement. I had a lot of walk-in, sit-down shoes. You've seen them. Pay attention at the next dressy event you attend. You'll see those women who walk in knowing they are looking good. They don't walk, no, they strut, giving people, hey, girl. An hour later, those same women are not strutting. It's like they're tiptoeing. They're trying to keep the pressure off those toes. An hour after that, they're moving like this. When that used to happen to me, my sweetie would look at me and ask, "Why are you wearing those shoes?" I'd reply with the obvious answer, "Duh, these shoes are sexy." His reply, "Nissa, limping ain't sexy." He used to work my nerves with that, but he is right. Too many of us are limping through our lives thinking if it looks good, that's all that matters. I'm gonna tell you the same thing I now tell my friends. Girl, if those shoes hurt your feet, take them off. If your life doesn't feel good, do something about it. You don't have to completely blow up the life you have, quit your job, divorce your spouse, put your cat up for adoption. No, start with where you are right now and make decisions one at a time about the next best move for you. Those small adjustments, they can make such a huge, huge difference. Please do this. Think about it. Keep asking the important questions and get still long enough to hear the answers. Listen to your heart and body. They are always speaking to you. Always. Remember, you are the expert on you. So stop living based on other people's dreams and expectations. Shift your focus to that internal confirmation that will never lead you astray. You will live more powerfully, more confidently, more successfully, and most importantly, more joyfully. I invite you to join this movement that is well on its way. You will be one of the many who are living their truth, with the added bonus that your feet won't hurt anymore. Thank you.